Hello, welcome to the Echo Tips Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm David Ward. Our topic for this week is going to be chatting with your Echo. That's right, you can have a conversation back and forth. And it's a little bizarre, but this was part of a competition of skills, or you can think of them as apps on your Echo. And this one deals with just having chats with your Echo. And anyway, it's kind of a neat exercise, I think, for uber geeks with artificial intelligence. But before I get into the nitty-gritty of doing that and demonstrating it, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then I'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Hello, welcome back. As I mentioned earlier, our topic for this week is going to be chatting with your Echo. And if you're listening to our podcast for the very first time, let me just introduce myself. I'm David Ward with the New Vision program at Goodwill here in Southwest Virginia. And anywho, if you've been listening for a while, we thank you for listening again. And I think you'll find this one kind of a mind warper. It's kind of interesting. It was part of a competition to create different skills and use of artificial intelligence. And this one involves just chatting with your Echo. Now, I think I've heard of it before, but I think it's more natively integrated now. And it's kind of cool. And it will tell us a little more about itself. But before I start practicing that and demonstrating that, it'd be good for you to shut your ears off on your Echo if there's an Echo in the room with you. And that way, when I'm doing the demonstration here in the recording, especially if that's the device you're listening to this podcast on, it won't trip up your Amazon Echo. And in other words, stop the podcast or the like. So I'll just give you a moment to do that. On a typical cylinder Echo, you will find buttons on the top, or even on the Echo Dot, the little hockey puck one, and you can find across from the action button, which has a bump on it, you'll find a little button that has a silhouetted microphone on it with a slash through it. If you press that, it'll turn the ring all red on top and it'll make a thump sound, and that means her ears are off and she won't respond to her name anymore, the wake word. Conversely, if you have an Echo Show-like device that has a screen on it where the screen is facing you, along the top rim of that device, you'll find generally 3 buttons. It should be the button on the far left that will shut her ears off as well. So you press that, it'll make a similar thump sound and have a red line along the bottom. So I'll give everybody an opportunity to do that real quickly and give everybody some time. Uno momento. Okay. All right. So hopefully everybody got it. And by the way, you can always pause this podcast and then come back and resume if you need to. For some reason, you're trying to get that done. All right. Well, let's give it a try. I think this is a real mind warper. And by the way, disclaimer, I don't know what kind of rabbit hole she can go down, but we're going to give it a try. And so here's the phrase, Alexa, let's chat.
Welcome to the Alexa Prize, a university competition to advance AI. I'll get you one of the social bots now. When you're done, say stop. Hi, this is an Alexa Prize social bot. It's really good to meet you. Do you want to tell me your name?
David.
Hi, David. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Nice. I'm glad you're having a good day. So,
Me too.
Tell me more about yourself. Do you like movies?
Yes, I like movies.
Ooh, I'm excited to talk about movies.
Oh.
So, have you seen any movies lately?
Yes.
Nice.
What I saw.
What movie did you see?
Star Trek, the original motion picture.
Great. I've heard of Star Trek. If you had to rate this movie from 1 to 10, what would it be?
Oh, that's tough. 10? 9?
Nice. A score of 9. You liked it.
I
I
did.
am also a fan of this movie. Here is something I just learned. Simon Pegg did not audition for the role. He simply received an email from J.J. Abrams asking if he would like to play Scotty. Pegg said he would have done this for free, or even paid Abrams to be in the movie, if he was not offered a role. Can you believe that?
No, I can't believe that.
You must have very high praises for this movie to rate it 9. What do you think was outstanding? Personally, I loved the characters, and I really felt for them.
Graphics?
I am glad you like it. Not too much to say? That's okay. I heard this fact about the movie. The sound of the automatic doors opening on the USS Enterprise is a Russian train's toilet flushing. Any thoughts?
That's crazy.
How did you feel when watching this movie? Sometimes, a great film can evoke familiar feelings from our own lives and make us remember a time in the past.
Good. I felt good.
Cool. You've got me wanting to watch the movie again. I read this about the movie. J.J. Abrams claimed it was surreal to direct Leonard Nimoy as Spock. This guy has been doing it for 40 years. Did you know that?
Yes.
Would you watch this movie again? Sometimes, I rewatch movies to pick out details I didn't notice before.
Alexa, stop.
Thanks for chatting. Quick question. On a scale from 1 to 5 stars, how do you feel about speaking with this social bot again?
5 stars.
Thanks. Anything else you'd like to tell the team about your experience?
No.
Got it. To try another social bot, just say, Alexa, let's chat.
Okay, so there you go. And kind of the way that her closing salutation kind of suggests to me maybe there's different skills and that just rotates through different social bots. That's interesting. I didn't put that together before. Okay, well, that's just kind of a neat thing. She got the wrong Star Trek movie wrong. I actually went and saw the 40th, or whatever, one of the old. They allowed you to watch the original. But yeah, it's kind of neat. Gives you a little idea of how she pulls information. And I tried to be very conversational with her. I didn't know if I was going to throw her for a loop or not. But anyway, you might want to check that out on your own Amazon Echo. And until next time, in fact, next time we're going to be talking about notifications on your Amazon Echo. Until that time, it's time to turn your microphone back on, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned. And I'm David Ward for the New Vision program, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.